on the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield. Live from the Watermill Kitchen and Bar inside the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. This is Hawk Talk with Coach Ben McCollum. Brought to you by Honda. To see how Honda crushes the competition, see your local Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. Iowa corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Your Iowa John Deere dealers. John Deere loves to see the Hawkeyes do their thing, because if anyone can appreciate building a legacy, it's Deere. Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Made right here in Iowa since 1895. Extreme, powered by Mediacom. It's the internet dreams are made of. Mid-American Energy. Mid-American Energy is proud to deliver affordable, reliable energy to you all season long. By your local Ford dealers. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball. Visit MidwestOne.bank for empowered money management. Member FDIC. Also brought to you by Shelter Insurance. The ball is in your court. Visit shelterinsurance.com to find an agent who can help you with your auto, home, and life insurance needs. University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives. And by T-Mobile. Hawkeye Nation, you're now on America's largest 5G network. U.S. Cellular is now part of T-Mobile. Better together. Here's the voice of the Hawkeyes, Gary Dolphin.
The college basketball season has entered the final week of the regular schedule. The Iowa Hawkeyes, after a painful loss at Penn State on Saturday, face a pair of top 10 Big Ten opponents this week, starting with the Michigan Wolverines on Thursday here on the Hawkeye Radio Network. Good evening, everybody. Before postseason gets here, it's third-ranked Michigan. Thursday at Carver Hawkeye Arena, 7 o'clock tip, to be followed by a trip to number 9 Nebraska in Lincoln on Sunday. So a pair of top 10 Big Ten opponents to conclude the regular campaign, and the Hawkeyes will be up for it. First off, though, is Michigan. Michigan at 7 o'clock, regular season champs. They sacked Illinois rather easily, pulled away in the final 10 minutes of that game last Friday night at Champaign-Urbana and the State Farm Arena. And the Michigan Wolverines, the regular season champs now, they clinched the crown with an 84-70 victory over Illinois. Morez Johnson, the former Illini, posted a big double-double, 19 points, 11 rebounds. Ade Mara and Yaxel Lindenborg, all that size inside, combined for another 35 points, 12 rebounds. And Michigan won their first outright crown since 2014. For the Hawkeyes, who dropped to 20-9 and 10-8 in the conference, Cooper Koch broke out with a career-high 18 points, a career-high 5 three-point goals, and yet the Hawkeyes fell victim to 60% shooting by Penn State. And the Lions escaped with a victory. Took 2 free throws, though, with very little time, a second and a half on the clock by Freddie DeLeon, and that pushed the Nittany Lions to a 2-point victory, 71-69 at the Bryce Jordan Center in State College. Good evening again from the Hyatt Regency and the Watermill Kitchen and Bar. I'm Gary Dolphin alongside former Hawkeye Bobby Hansen. Coach McCollum is watching his son play in the Iowa High School tournament tonight. We'll talk more about that. So Ben is not here. Assistant coach Josh Sash will stop in, and we'll have a couple player guests, which has been a popular entity, a popular segment here in our program over the next 90 minutes. Joey Mation and Trevan Eurok, 2 of the bright stars of the future for Iowa basketball, will be here. And, of course, we'll entertain your questions and comments on the Hawkeye Radio Network, courtesy of, a number of avenues and outlets. First off, we're on the Hawkeye Radio Network. You can hear us on the Varsity Network app. And you can reach us and enter your question on Twitter at Gary Dolphin, on Facebook at facebook.com/The voice of the Hawkeyes. The T-Mobile text line is available. If you got a pen in hand or a pencil, it's 319-853-8344, 319-853-8344, or you can email us to HawkTalk at HawkeyeRadioNetwork.com, HawkTalk at HawkeyeRadioNetwork.com. We'll rehash the Penn State game briefly and then look ahead to Michigan and Nebraska. And, Bobby, here we are again, the end of the regular season. We're 30 games in, 20-9. Certainly a lot of people never expected a 20-win season. Rarely do you out of a first-year coach and a first-year roster, particularly in this day and age of NIL and transfer portal. It doesn't lessen the disappointment over Saturday's loss at Penn State. But still work to be done and opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, big week ahead for the Hawkeyes, no doubt, Gary. A chance to bolster your resume with these two top 25 ranked teams in Nebraska to finish the year on Sunday, and then Michigan, number 1 ranked, number 2 ranked, whoever you believe in the polls there. But they're big, as you mentioned. So it'd be a big challenge for the Hawkeyes, but an opportunity to shine that resume up. And I firmly think the Hawks are in there in the NCAA tournament. But you're fighting for Big Ten seeding and also for your postseason NCAA tournament seeding as well. So you got to have a short memory when you play sports. You can't dwell on losses. That was a tough one to Penn State. They're a good team, though. They got talent. You got the kid DeLeon, Freddie DeLeon out there. You got the freshman that didn't finish the game, but he did start there, Caden Mingo, a guy that leads the league in steals. Hawks did a good job of not turning it over. And they got the big fella inside. I thought they went right at the Hawkeyes inside, Ivan Juric, who started the second half, a couple of baskets, got some free throws. So, yeah, that's that. Move on from that one. Tough place to play. Tough to generate any energy when there's only 2,000-3,000 people inside that 15,000-seat arena. But, you got to forget that one. The Hawks sitting there at 10-8. Which is good. 20-9 is very good on the season. So, let's look forward to a great week and a great month of basketball here in March.
Yeah, March is with us. March Madness upon us. And the name you left out, which nobody, and easy to do, nobody expected Josh Reed to go off for 25 points. He was averaging not even half that. But the lefty came to play. He had 25 points, 4 assists, hit 9 shots, including 3 threes. He was a difference maker, and, you're going to run into a buzzsaw like that on occasion.
Yeah, you do, but you got to find a way to stop him, is what you do. You got to have somebody come out there and take the responsibility to make it tough for him. But, he was good, especially from the three-point line as a team. Penn State was awfully good, 9 of 15. That's efficient three-point shooting, 60%. So I kept saying, the percentages will catch up to you. You're not always going to shoot 70%, but –
They almost did.
They almost did. 57 in the first, 72 in the second half. So, that was not true. But, again, you see him again, you know what you got, and you know how to guard him.
60% from 3, let alone 64% for the field. But, life on the road in the Big Ten, we've seen that before, Robert. I don't care if they're at the bottom of the standings or the top. It's tough to win on the road in this league. And then, Ohio State goes home and knocks off Purdue yesterday, a team that Iowa had defeated by, 15, 16 a few days prior to that Penn State game. So I think that speaks volumes for how good the Big Ten is this year. Right now, if you believe bracketology, the SEC has one more team in the dance than the Big Ten. A lot can change between now and a week from Sunday.
It can, Gary. But to your first point, though, top to bottom, the Big Ten, the toughest league in America. There are no off nights, even though Penn State came in at 2 and 15. They're capable of knocking teams off. They had lost to Michigan, I think, on that home court. Michigan State by just single digits. So that's a good coach they got there. We've always liked Mike Rhodes. He came over from Virginia Commonwealth. Preaches defense, preaches steals. So you better be ready every night out. Not that the Hawks weren't ready, but just Penn State. It was their afternoon, Gary. And when you make shots like that, they just kept dropping and couldn't find a way to slow them down.
So the Hawkeyes are 20-9. They are 10-8 in Big Ten Conference play. We move on to the Michigan Wolverines. Thursday night, we'll, of course, take apart Michigan's roster. as the evening wears on. Assistant coach Josh Sash will join us a little bit later on. When we come back after our first break, we'll meet one of the Hawkeye players who has joined us tonight. That would be Joey Mation. We'll tell you about Joe, who's redshirting this year. Trevan Eurok will join us after Joey. Mation is a redshirt freshman from Overland Park, Kansas, and he'll be with us when we return. We're at the Hyatt Regency, and by the way, folks, wine flights have officially landed at the Watermill Kitchen and Bar. Stop in and enjoy these expertly selected wines and choose from red, white, or bubbly. Perfect for date night, girls' night out, or just because. Come on out. Date night can include the Academy Awards here in a few weeks. Wine flights start at just $16 at the Hyatt Regency in the Watermill Kitchen and Bar here in the Iowa River Landing at the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. And Hawkeye Nation, here's something to cheer about. U.S. Cellular is now part of T-Mobile. Now you're on America's largest 5G network. As the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes, we're proud to bring a stronger network to every call, every post, every win. Better together. That's T-Mobile and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Thank you for joining us here on Hawk Talk live from the Hyatt Regency. Coach McCollum show. We've got one, certainly maybe two more shows left. Of course, how the Hawks do this week will depend, will create their seed at the Big Ten tournament next week. And if they don't get the double bye and are playing on Wednesday, we might have to move the show off of Monday next week. But that's then. This is now. We'll take your calls and comments and your questions for the Hawks and in particular Coach Sash when we come back here on Hawk Talk with Ben McCollum live from the Hyatt Regency in Learfield.
Despite the unshakable Iowa Corn-Cyhawk rivalry, there is one thing Iowa State and University of Iowa fans can both agree on: getting hyped for Unleaded 88. It's cleaner burning and better for your engine, and it's cheaper than other fuel options, making Unleaded 88 the clear fuel choice. If Iowa Corn-Cyhawk rivals can agree on it, you know it's worth the hype. So pump it up with Unleaded 88, grown by Iowa corn farmers.
At Mid-American Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
RE/MAX is the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics, and we understand there's a number for everything: square footage, down payment, interest rates. But how do you measure the trust you have in your agent? For a RE/MAX agent, it's not about numbers on a contract. It's being a trusted RE/MAX agent. That means you'll get honest advice, expert guidance, and someone who's committed to your success. Because while numbers count, trust is what truly matters. RE/MAX, the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics. Each office independently owned and operated.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly renovated guest rooms at Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. Stay within walking distance of Xtreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of Hawk Talk with Jan Jensen and Ben McCollum. Come together at Hyatt Regency Coralville, where everything you need is right here.
Hawkeye Nation, the wait is over. Carver Hawkeye Arena is calling, and the Iowa men's basketball team is ready to light it up under new head coach Ben McCollum. It's his first year at the helm, and the Hawks are ready to fly with high-octane style of play that will leave you on the edge of your seat. Single game tickets are on sale now. Secure your seat, bring the energy, and help give the Hawks the home court advantage. Head to HawkeyeSports.com and grab your tickets today. Let's pack Carver and make this season one to remember. Go Hawks! Hawk Talk rocking and rolling on from the Hyatt Regency here in the Iowa River Landing. Welcome back to Coralville and the Hawkeye Radio Network, everybody. You can reach Coach Josh Sash filling in for Coach McCollum tonight on Twitter at Gary Dolphin, on Facebook at facebook.com/Voice of the Hawks. You can reach us on the T-Mobile text line at 319-853-8344. We have a bunch of questions or comments already in the mailbag. And email us at hawktalk@HawkeyeRadioNetwork.com. Let's meet our first player guest tonight. This has been a fun feature all season long, having a Hawkeye player come out and meet the fans. You get to put a face with the name, and tonight it's redshirt freshman Joey Mation from Overland Park, Kansas. Good Irish boy, good Irish Catholic boy. Actually, Mation figured it out. A lot of vowels in that last name. But he's out of the great community of Overland Park, Kansas, where the NCAA once called home, headquarters. Now they're in Indianapolis, of course, but Overland Park, Kansas. I bring that up first, Joey. 6'9", 220-pound redshirt freshman. The first time I met you, you mentioned how big of a Kansas Jayhawk basketball fan you were.
You said you weren't going to mention
Not
it.
anymore. I only brought it up once. I want you to let the public know you're a Hawk.
I am a Hawk. I was quick to change. I grew up a KU fan. I mean, I lived there. And aunts and uncles went there, and they were good at basketball, so it was easy to follow them. But now I'm a Hawk for life.
And Bobby and I know Bill Self well, a great coach, great program. But what really disturbed me was who you pulled for growing up in football.
Yeah, I don't even want to say it.
The Nebraska Cornhuskers. Boo hiss.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Do they still play football?
Barely. It makes you feel better. They never won when I was a fan, so
they still haven't.
No,
but you've been to Kinnick. You know what that atmosphere is like.
A lot better. Yeah, a lot better fans.
Okay, enough kidding around.
The Hawks knocked off the Kansas Jayhawks down there in the fog. What year was that, Dolph? You were down. It was like 64 in a row.
1998. I mentioned that to Joey.
Yeah.
He didn't really have a response, but it's. It ended the longest home game winning streak in KU history in Fog Allen Field. 68 straight games. Our buddy Roy Williams was the head coach then of the Jayhawks, and Iowa was down, I think, 16 or 18 at the half. It was big. Kent McCausland comes out of the locker room and whacks like 3 threes to start the second half. Now all of a sudden it goes from 18 to 9, and the Jayhawks kind of went, whoa. And they had a great team. Mm-hmm. And with Dean Oliver and was Bowen, I think Ryan Bowen might have been on there, Jess Settles, they claw back and win it on free throws at the end. And
what a great feeling, though, the visiting team to win down there.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen very often, huh?
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
Have you been to games there?
I have a bunch, yeah.
Uh-huh. Well, they've had great teams. They got another great one this year.
They do.
Well, let's talk about your Hawkeye career. How's the first year going for you?
Been good. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I love my teammates, so that's the most important part for me. Practice has been going well, and it's been good.
Joey, what position would we consider Joey Mation? A 3, a 4?
4, 5
4 or 5, okay.
4 or 5 even. He need to gain some weight to be the 5 for sure, but more physical in the paint, rebounds, and more post work kind of stuff and screens.
Make
a lot
the
of screens.
3-point shot.
A little bit here and there. Yeah.
You went to Blue Valley Northwest High School in Overland Park, and then you committed actually to Drake with Coach McCollum there, didn't you?
I committed to Northwest Missouri State and then to Drake.
And then, so you went transferred from. Well,
it wasn't really a transfer,
right
but
to Drake.
Moved. Yeah.
Boy, oh boy! So you've been to 3 schools.
I've been with them the whole way. Yeah.
Well, that tells me your affinity, your affection for Coach McCollum. What is it about him? Because he's demanding.
It's not only him, but the people who brings with him. Like every single one of my teammates are like my best friends, which is crazy to say, and it's amazing. And same with the coaching staff. Like it's easy to talk to all the coaches. And, I feel like that's also tells you how good of a person he is, and it's easy to talk with him, and it's fun to be around him and fun to practice and play for him.
And his system, his style, his attention to details, particularly on the defensive side, you guys have responded to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's crazy at practice, so we kind of have to or else we got to run. So, but it's fun, and he's a defensive coach, at least at practice, so. We were trying to respond.
And, Joey, you take us back to when Northwest Missouri State was winning all those national championships, and you as a young kid, high school kid, following that. And then you get the opportunity, recruited by Coach, and take the visit to Maryville and say, yeah, sign me up. And then Coach takes a job at Drake. Take me through that process.
Yeah, well, I didn't really know much of D2 basketball, to be honest with you. I only really followed D1. But I did hear a bunch when you started to recruit me of kind of like what kind of coach he was and what kind of program he ran. And it was always good things of what people told me. And he was obviously a winner and always had the best player and the best team. And so, yeah, I mean, when he offered me, it was like I kind of jumped on and I committed pretty early. And then when he moved to Drake, it was kind of crazy. I didn't know if he was going to take me with him since I was a D2 player, and that's kind of a big step up. But he did. He took me with him, and then the rest
rest is history.
That's right.
So far, I mean, you were a first-team All-State player in high school, and so you've got game. You had one game, 28 points, 20 rebounds, 9 assists as a senior. Which one do you enjoy more, scoring, rebounding, or dealing to your teammates?
Oh, man, that's a good question. I mean, I got to say passing. Trev's in the room, so I got to say passing. 9 assists probably the best stat right there for me.
You're 6'9". He's a biscuit under 7 foot. He'll get there before he leaves Iowa. So you're going to be feeding that horse a lot here in the next 6 years.
Trying to. Right? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and you guys are the same age, or at least same eligibility-wise. It's a pretty special class, this freshman, whether freshman or redshirt freshman. Pretty special class. Talk about that.
Yeah, we got a bunch of people. Obviously, Cooper's the head of it, playing right now, playing a lot. And then Tate, also same class, me, Trev, and then, I mean, I feel like that's everybody. And then P and Trey are redshirting this year. But, yeah, I mean, great, a lot of talent, great class. I'm excited. I'm excited to be with them for this ride.
You speak of Trey Thompson, the number 1 or number 2 player coming out of the state of Tennessee last year by most rating services. Trey's 6'8", 220, Greenville, Tennessee. So the Hawks do have some size coming. It's just it's on the stagecoach making its way to Iowa City.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, Trey, he's fun to play with. I play with him, obviously, every day I practice. And then he's a great friend, great person. I'm excited to see what he does here.
Bobby?
Yeah, talk about the season. Let's bring it back to basketball in here and the way the season has gone. Hard to believe we only have a week left in regular season.
I know, it's crazy.
It's gone really quick for you. I mean, the first year on campus here. Just talk about, getting to know all your teammates and pulling it all together here as the season winds down.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even believe we only have, one more home game, another away game. I mean, it has flown by. But, I mean, I'm enjoyed every single moment of it. So, but, yeah, I mean, teammates, I love them, traveling with them and being with them. So, like I said earlier, I mean, I'm having a blast. It's the most fun I've ever had. When your teammates are your best friends, something's right. So, it's been good.
Before we let you go and bring in Trevan Eurok, let's go to Twitter and Facebook. This is Caleb in Overland Park, Kansas. Joey, what has the jump to Big Ten basketball been like for you physically and mentally?
Yeah, so starting at Drake, obviously it was a jump from high school. And then now up to the Big Ten, I mean, the physicality alone, the height, the speed, I mean, everything kind of just gains, and then talent. So, yeah, I mean, I got to bring it every single day. Everyone's got to bring it every single day, even more. And there's a lot of size, at least at my position, obviously. And so I got to keep on gaining weight, keep on getting more physical, getting stronger, and yeah.
Mason, right here in Iowa City, when you check into a game, what's the first thing you're focused on doing to help the team? A variety of things, I'm sure.
Yeah, man, let's see. I mean, I'm normally at the end of the game, so – I always try to score because, that's fun. You're going in there to score at the end of the game. But, I don't know. Maybe score, get a stop, maybe get an assist, help the teammates out.
He's honest anyway, Bobby, right there.
Well,
I'm usually at the end of the game.
I had a teammate one time. Didn't get in the game a whole lot, but he rips his pants off. He didn't have his shorts on.
Oh, wow.
So you want to make sure you have your shorts on first when you sit there.
Proper attire.
Yeah, that was a long time ago. But my question is about Michigan. All right, Ade Mara.
Oh, man.
What do you do with that guy? 7 foot, what is he, 3? 7'4", 7'5"?
He's crazy big. I mean, just don't let him catch. That's the best thing we can do.
Yeah.
Box him out, get low on the box outs.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
One more here, Ethan in Cedar Rapids. Joey, what part of your game has improved the most since you arrived in Iowa City?
Geez, let's see. I feel like I've gotten quicker and stronger, so maybe physically, getting in and out of screens, setting better screens, rebounding. I feel like it's gotten a little bit better. Offensive rebounding, I feel like that's what I like to do the most. And, yeah.
Coach loves those offensive rebounds.
He does.
You know that,
yeah,
for sure.
It's the key to getting on the court.
Joey Mattione. I can't wait to say that name starting next year a lot, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Tell us about your family, bud.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Mom, dad, brother, sister?
Yeah, I got mom, dad, and then I got 3 brothers, actually. So
and 3 brothers.
Yeah, 2 older, 1 younger. The younger one's playing at Blue Valley Northwest. He's a sophomore.
Northwest Missouri?
No, Blue Valley Northwest from my high school.
Oh, high school. Gotcha.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, gotcha.
And
how are those backyard games?
Crazy. Yeah, we actually have a court in the backyard, so we one-on-one all the time. Yeah, growing up,
everybody has all their teeth?
Yeah, we're all good. We're all good. A little.
I notice on your bio it says enjoys watching and participating in diving. Were you a high school diver?
Not high school. I wanted to. It was the same season as basketball. But middle school and growing up, it was a little weird. But I love diving, especially how tall I am and skinny. But I was a diver. I don't know.
How tall were you in high school?
So freshman year was, I don't know, maybe 6'3", and then kind of just grew 2 inches every single year.
So basically. You're a junior in high school, you're 6'7", and you want to dive.
Yeah.
1 meter or 3 meter?
1, yeah, that's what it's,
Okay. Your head never hit the bottom of the pool or anything?
I got used to it. I was able to put my hands there first.
That's why the scar is on your face. No,
yeah.
that's okay. No. Hey, thanks for coming by tonight. Enjoy the outstanding chow here.
Oh, I'm excited.
At the Hyatt Regency Watermill. Yeah. You like the ribeye like Coach McCollum.
Yeah. I got 2 of them.
You got 2. You ordered 2?
1 to go.
2.
Yeah, 1 to go.
Why not?
Why not? You're learning fast, young man. You're in Iowa, the home of beef and pork.
Yep.
All right, good to see you, bud. Thanks for coming
by.
Thanks,
Joey Mattione. Not 1 ribeye, but 2. Good for you, Joey Mattione. Trevan Eurok will join us. I can't wait to hear what he's ordered for tonight. We're here at the Hyatt Regency Watermill Kitchen and Bar, and we're sponsored by Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. They know you're here for every memorable moment, every fast break, every three-pointer, and every game-winning play. Wellmark is here, too, for every moment with healthcare coverage you can count on all season long. Find the right healthcare plan for you at wellmark.com/hoops. Want to thank our friends at Mediacom, Channel 22 on 822. The crew led by Jeff and India and Michael are here tonight. They're beaming our signal around eastern and central Iowa on Mediacom, Channel 22 and 822. We're back to the Watermill Kitchen and Bar in the Hyatt Regency in just a minute here on Hawk Talk with Coach McCollum from Learfield.
Dives for lunch.
The Juicy Lucy. Essentially, it's a burger, but with cheese on the inside.
James Beard Award winners for dinner.
French technique, but Midwestern ingredients.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
If you love great Hawkeye stories, don't miss the Fight for Iowa podcast with Gary Dolphin. Each week, Dolph brings you in-depth conversations with the athletes, coaches, and community members who define the Hawkeye spirit. From big moments to personal journeys, it's the stories that make Iowa special. Catch new episodes every week. Search Fight for Iowa wherever you get your podcasts.
Go for the big Honda savings. Save thousands on the new Honda today with 0.99% financing. Go for the selection and inventory. Honda cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs are on sale. Get as low as 0.99% APR on a new 2025 Ridgeline. Go for the most Car and Driver 10 Best Awards with 98 trophies. Search your local Honda dealer today. See dealer for financing details. Financing on credit approval. Offer ends 3/2/26.
Hawkeye Nation, here's something big. U.S. Cellular is now part of T-Mobile. That means Iowa fans are now on America's largest 5G network, bringing even more strength and coverage to every game day and every day. As the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes, we're proud to power every call, every post, every celebration. U.S. Cellular and T-Mobile, better together.
Tournament Club of Iowa, designed by golf legend Arnold Palmer. TCI is his only signature course in the state. TCI is a public course offering a challenging yet enticing experience for golfers of all levels and is managed by Kaler Golf. Cap off your round with breathtaking views and a delicious meal at the TCI Bar and Grill. Looking for a unique setting for your wedding party or outing? Look no further than the newly renovated clubhouse at TCI. Visit tcofiowa.com to book your tee time today.
Attention Hawkeye fans, Big Grove is proud to be an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Whether you're at the game or watching from home, Big Grove has got you covered. Enjoy an easy Eddie from the stands or visit them for every Hawkeye game at any of their 4 convenient Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, or Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! Big Grove Brewery, an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
In Minnesota, we don't hide from winter. We embrace it. When there's a nip in the air, we take on the trails. For every layer you wear, there's a new experience waiting for you.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Welcome back to Hawk Talk here on the Hawkeye Radio Network. Gary Dolphin with the former Hawkeye great Bobby Hansen, our engineer-producer Corey Sheets, and we're rocking and rolling through we got 2 shows remaining this season. It's amazing how fast time flies, but, you know, when you're having success like the Hawkeyes are having in year 1 of Coach McCollum's regime, lots of good things to talk about, and we'll meet another Hawkeye player here in just a minute. We're at the Hyatt Regency, and I bring that up because Breakfast with Bunny is back at the Hyatt Regency Coralville. Saturday, April 4th. Mark that down, kids and mom and dad. Family-friendly breakfast includes a photo with the Easter Bunny. There's an Easter egg hunt and all your breakfast favorites. So to make your reservations, we suggest you do that. Visit the Hyatt Regency Coralville Facebook page. Hyatt Regency Coralville Facebook page for Breakfast with the Bunny at the Hyatt Regency Coralville on Saturday, April 4th. Let's welcome now to the microphone or to the headset Trevan Eurok. Trevan is a 6'11", 250-pound freshman out of West Des Moines Valley High School. Yeah, and led Valley to back-to-back-to-back.
Yep,
Is it 3 in a row?
3 of them, yep.
Man, oh, man. Why don't you let somebody else win?
Couldn't do it, especially because it was Peyton.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Waukee. Is Waukee Northwest or Waukee?
It was Northwest.
I always get that mixed up.
Yep, Northwest.
Bobby, Des Moines has sure expanded since your days of high school basketball at Dowling, hasn't it?
Well, you know, Dowling is still pretty dominant there.
Oh, they are? Oh.
According to Trevan.
Little collision going on here between Valley and Dowling, I sense.
Well, how's Valley doing this year?
We're 4-Pete is no longer alive. We had a good run.
No, you guys had a heck of a run.
Yeah, we did. We did.
Are you saying Valley's been eliminated?
They have been.
By who?
Ankeny.
Oh.
Ankeny got them on Tuesday, I believe.
Which Ankeny?
Friday.
What is it?
Normal
Centennial
Ankeny.
And Normal?
Normal. Ankeny Hawks. Yep.
The old Ankeny Hawks.
Yep, old Ankeny.
So who's the class in Iowa basketball? Solon? They're pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah, they're playing right now.
3A?
I think they have 2 losses. 4A, though, Dowling actually is top 4. Northwest is good. Cedar Falls.
Cedar Falls is really good from what I hear.
Yeah, I think they're undefeated.
They're good every year, though. I mean, that Cedar Falls, kind of like Valley.
Yep.
They're good every year.
Yep, try to be.
Well, we're glad to have you at Iowa. You've gotten your feet wet a few games this year. How's the transition come? You've kind of thrown into action a couple games, but now you look like you belong. You feel like you belong.
Yeah, it's been good. Just every game you try and get more and more confident with your abilities and what you can do, and I'm just getting more and more confident. Playing, realizing that I'm built for this level, and just doing things that I can do to control the game, and just trying to do my best.
Question, Trevan, you mentioned confidence. How big of a deal is that for a young player coming into there, and how do you get that? Just through repetition and making some shots, making some plays, winning plays?
Yeah,
how to build confidence.
I think it's a pretty big thing, especially for me. I'm always like my sophomore year, I was a 20% three-point shooter, is because I had no confidence in my jumper, and by my senior year, I developed it really well. So I'm a big guy in confidence, and You get it by just playing well, doing the things that make the crowd get excited, make the team get excited. Obviously making a few plays gets you going, and you want to keep doing that. You want to keep making the crowd happy. You want to keep doing the right things to get the team where they need to be.
Trevan, were you always the big guy? When you're youth basketball,
yes.
There's a big guy, put him inside.
Yeah, I was always the taller part of my group. I always played like the center position growing up, but I would always be one of the more skilled guys on the team. So I'd try and help. I'd play more of like some sort of ball handling role, but mainly like be the big at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely, it makes sense. I'm just looking at your shot or your game log here. Played against Indiana. You got in at Oregon. 10 minutes against Purdue. 5 minutes against the Buckeyes. Every one of those teams, they've got some big guys in the middle, so you're banging bodies with a lot of good players in this league your freshman year. That can only help you get better, I would think.
Yeah, 100%. You get to experience it and know what it's like. I mean, a lot of these people are a lot older than me, so their bodies are definitely more mature, stronger than mine, and I just got to try and get to that same level, same physicality as them, and it's good going against bigs that are that good and trying to figure out how good and how skilled you got to be successful in the Big Ten.
Trevan, when you come to practice, what is it that you concentrate on? What is one of the main things in skill development that you're working on?
Skill development-wise, I'm more so defensively and rebounding. Those are two things that I haven't been great at. And defensively, I feel like I'm improving every day. Rebounding, still trying to be able to box out physically enough against these centers. And those are things I'm trying to improve on every day.
Trevan Eurok, we're visiting with out of West Des Moines Valley High School, a great high school player. And let me get this, correct me if I'm wrong, but you were going to go to Drake with Coach McCollum when he was there. Oh, you had committed to UNI?
Yes.
Oh, he had already committed, or Coach had already announced for Iowa then?
I was committed to UNI
before
June.
Okay.
Right after Coach got the Drake job. So I committed to Drake on a Friday, or to UNI on a Friday.
Oh, the previous year.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I committed to UNI on a Friday. That Wednesday and Thursday were the first 2 days I met the Drake coaches. So it was very late.
So fast forward a year,
Yeah.
You're still committed to Ben Jacobson at UNI, and Coach called you, or you called, or everything's legal now these days. Take us through that process, how you ended up at Iowa, I guess.
So Coach took the Iowa job, and I wasn't allowed to contact him. He wasn't allowed to contact me because of my letter of intent.
Mm-hmm.
But I knew he was interested in me at Drake, so I just made an assumption that he would want me at Iowa, and it turns out that he did, and I'm glad to be a Hawk.
Good assumption.
Yeah.
We won't ask you who the conduit was between you and Coach, but that's good. We're happy to have you. What going forward? You're working on every aspect of your game. Do you foresee yourself as a 5, maybe a 4? You can shoot the basketball. You can shoot the 3. What are you thinking here going forward? What has Coach told you?
I see myself more as a 5, and I think so does he, just because of my frame and my size. Just a stretch 5 that can shoot, and then when my shot starts, when I start making shots, then, maybe get switches and then get into post-ups. And we always use the term gravity. So, once you're good enough, you draw attention to you. And then either you make reads off of that or, you just play one-on-one and go score at a high level.
Hey, we're looking for the next Luka Garza. So what the heck?
He was great.
Huh? I don't want to put any pressure on you, but let's go to Twitter. Tyler is in West Des Moines. Tyler says, Trevan, what has the transition to Big Ten basketball been like for you and your growth this season when you put the two together? It's a tough transition to the best league in America.
Yeah, it is. It's really tough. The biggest thing, I think, is just definitely physicality for me. These guys are 6'10". We played a lot of 7-footers, too. We're pretty big, too. So, you just being able to be as physical as them has definitely been the toughest transition for me. But it's been good, and just trying to improve every day.
Liam in West Des Moines, you came in with a reputation as a strong scorer. What part of your game are you most focused on in improving right now in advance of next year, in the off season?
I'd say definitely defensively and kind of movement, working on movements, quicker feet, things like that. But obviously I'm trying to improve everything. My game is never going to be perfect. Trying to make my jumper even better, and, working on touch, footwork, things like that. But mainly just kind of getting my feet quicker, being able to move quicker, and then just being able to defend and be physical at the Big Ten would be really big for me.
All right, we'll check in with Ethan now. He's on Facebook in Urbandale. Got all the burbs are checking in. They obviously watched Trevan play in high school. Ethan in Urbandale, how do you keep your confidence up and stay ready when minutes go up and down from game to game? I have a lot of fun with these guys and these coaching staff, and, I love being a Hawkeye. So it's not hard to be happy when you're a Hawkeye. So I just try and stay confident, stay ready. There's practices that are good, and just it's fun competing. So, you just got to stay confident with yourself. I'm not a guy who really gets down on himself a lot. I like to stay positive, stay true to who I am. So I just try and be as positive as I can, and, you just got to stay confident through it all. One more here on Facebook for Trevan Eurok. Caleb in Des Moines, when you check into the game, what's the first thing you're trying to impact for the Hawkeyes?
Winning, just hustle
winning
plays.
play.
Yeah. Things like that. Obviously you want to score, but I also like to get a nice assist, something like that. Get a deflection on the ball, something like that. Something to really provide energy. Because sometimes, it might be a little dead. You might need something, and a little spark is always good.
And we asked Joey about his family. How about your family? We met your dad over at Indiana when the Hawkeyes knocked off the Hoosiers over there in Bloomington. So tell us about your family.
I got two older brothers. They both graduated here from Iowa. They're 5 and 7 years older than me. And then my mom actually is an Iowa State grad. My dad's an Iowa grad, though.
How's that on Cy-Hawk week?
My mom's a Hawk fan now. She spent too many weekends in Iowa City visiting her son, so she's a full-on Hawk fan now.
And did they both grow up in Turkey Valley?
My mom grew up in they both went to high school in Turkey Valley. Yep.
What town? What was the town?
My dad went to Protivin, and my mom St. Lucas.
That part of Iowa,
small town,
but the church and the school are the center of activity in every one of those towns. It's a beautiful part of the state, northeast Iowa, man, all the way to Decorah and Lansing. But all
that's
this
a long
town,
way from West Des Moines, though. How'd you get to West Des Moines?
My parents
made the move.
Yep, made the move. Mm-hmm. Yep, made the move to Des Moines.
To a big city.
Yep.
Protivin, and what was the other one? Protivin and what?
St. Lucas,
Festina. Yep. Ashen de Sales. I mean, it's unbelievable. All these great little towns, and it's like you're in Norway or Denmark. I mean, it's like you're
beautiful.
Up. Oh, it's gorgeous. So now I didn't know there was a Little Turkey, Iowa. You were telling me that.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Little Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, you're a big turkey, dude. And I'm going to tell you. So what'd you order off the menu tonight here at the Hyatt Regency?
I didn't go as crazy as Joe. I just got one ribeye and then a side of mac and cheese.
You'll be happy.
But yeah,
I'm guessing they're out of ribeye. I won't order that tonight since you guys
probably.
Hey, good to see you, Trevan.
Yeah, you too.
You've been a treat. Good to see you. We'll see you Thursday. Go Hawks.
Yep, go Hawks. Thank you.
Trevan Eurok, future star of the Iowa Hawkeye Inside Game coming up here. Freshman out of West Des Moines Valley, and thanks to Joey Mattione, our redshirt freshman as well from Overland Park, Kansas. Two key cogs in what Ben McCollum wants to do going forward. When we come back, we're going to look at the scoreboard. Number 1, Duke's in action tonight. Michigan comes into town ranked 3rd, by the way, on Thursday. 7 o'clock for the tip. Now, there are some tickets available. Did some checking at the ticket office today. Tickets are available. There aren't a ton left, maybe 2,500 tickets left. We'd love to have a full house for the big upset of Michigan on Thursday night. We'd like to have you there. We're at the Hyatt Regency. We're brought to you by UIHC. University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, no matter where you are in the state. Changing medicine and changing lives for all of Iowa and beyond. Visit uihealthcare.org. We'll be back with a scoreboard and a basketball update next here on Hawk Talk with Coach McCollum, live from Learfield and the Hyatt Regency.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? Let's break it down. Innovative tech means smarter and safer driving. Intelligent all-wheel drive will keep you ready for anything. And built Ford tough trucks will always get the job done. Plus, come into your local Ford store today and get super low APR financing, big cash back, and great lease offers on Ford's full line of cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Corn can even fuel your drive to watch the Hawkeyes play when you choose Unleaded 88. It's a fuel that's cheaper, cleaner, and greener. Plus, it's homegrown, making Unleaded 88 the clear choice at the pump and totally worth the hype. So as you head to cheer on the Hawkeyes this season, don't just fuel up. Pump it up with Unleaded 88. Find Unleaded 88 at a station near you. Go to iowacorn.org/88.
We love it when the Hawkeyes do their thing, because if there's anyone who can appreciate building a legacy, it's John Deere. We've been growing our team since 1837, recruiting the best thinkers, doers, and makers to craft innovations that outpace the competition. Because whether it's cultivating the earth with a tractor or reshaping it with a 40-ton excavator, the machines we build are building America. Nothing runs like a Deere.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
Can you think of anything that costs the same today as it did 10 years ago? There isn't much. That is, unless you're a Mid-American Energy customer. Thanks to all the renewable energy we're generating, our customers pay nearly the same rate for electricity today as they did back when we were all singing, "Call Me Maybe." And with Mid-American making even more investments in clean energy, you can count on enjoying those same affordable rates for the next decade. Now that's obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Welcome back to Hawk Talk with Iowa basketball coach Ben McCollum. Josh Sash is filling in for Coach McCollum tonight. Solon is still alive in the boys basketball tournament. By the way, good luck to all the girls and boys who are competing. The girls' state tournament is this week over at the Casey Center in Des Moines. The boys are next week, but the boys are going through sub-state play right now, and Coach McCollum's son is playing tonight, so certainly we gave him the night off. He'll be here next Monday night on Hawk Talk. The Hawkeye women, as you heard a little while ago, will take the number 2 seed into the Big Ten tournament later this week following a 81-52 decision of Wisconsin yesterday in Madison. That ended the Hawkeyes' regular season with 24 victories against 5 defeats. Phenomenal job again by Jan Jensen and her staff. 15-3 in the Big Ten, and now a 6-game winning streak for the Hawks, so they are really, really on a roll. Gymnastics senior night coming up this Friday for Coach Llewellyn and the Hawkeyes. They'll entertain Central Michigan, Southeast Missouri, and Northern Illinois. The Hawks had a great trip out west, finished second to UCLA at the Big Four event, ahead of Ohio State and Maryland. Thus, the Hawks finished third in the Big Ten with a 6-3 overall mark. One basketball game of note, Duke is all over North Carolina State, 78-55. The new rankings out today have Duke number 1. I believe Connecticut is number 2. Let me double check on that. I know that Michigan is number 3. I thought I saw UConn move up to number 2. I could be in error. No, Arizona, excuse me. In fact, Arizona and Iowa State are playing tonight. I'm not sure what time that game tips. 8 o'clock. Yeah, 8 o'clock Iowa time. That's in about 10 minutes. Right now, Duke leads at North Carolina State 81-55. Man, it's looking a lot to me like Duke and Michigan are going to repeat their game in the national championship the way those two are playing. The new top 10 rankings, Duke, Arizona, Michigan, Connecticut, and Florida. That's your top 5. The Cyclones are 6th, Houston 7th, Michigan State 8th, Nebraska 9. That'll be Iowa's regular season ending opponent coming up on Sunday. And Texas Tech, after the big win over the Cyclones at Hilton, is in the top 10 this week. Illinois just outside looking in. The Illini are ranked 11th. Purdue is 14th. And is there anybody left in the Big Ten that isn't ranked in the top 25? The Hawkeyes are just outside the top 25, hovering around that 28th or 29th position. So those are the rankings. Hawkeye baseball fell just short against number 19 Oregon State yesterday down in Texas. Hawks losing 4-3. They entertain the Loris Dewhawks tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock at Duane Banks Field. And before we throw it to a break and then come back with Coach Sash, one other note, the Big Ten Wrestling Championships are this weekend at Penn State, Saturday and Sunday. Of course, the Nittany Lions are a heavy favorite, but the Hawkeyes finally have a healthy lineup top to bottom in the 10 weight classes, so good luck to Coach Brands. And if you didn't hear, several Hawkeyes shined at the NFL Combine this past week in Indianapolis. Logan Jones out of Council Bluffs, he's now rarely does a center get drafted in the first round, but this guy is no ordinary ball snapper. See Tyler Lindebaum. He's got a lot of his traits. But Jones had that 300-pound body in motion for a 4.9 40. But the real story was safety Xavier Wampa out of Southeast Polk. He posted a 4.48 40. And scouts, NFL scouts have a category called RAS. It's Relative Athletic Score. That includes all the measurables that they put you through at the Combine. Wampa bent the needle on that meter. He scored a 9.95 out of a possible 10, and that ranked seventh out of 1,240 safeties that they've tested since this stat became a thing in 1987. So you think Xavier Wampa improved his stock? Also in attendance were offensive tackle Jennings Dunker, linebacker Carson Shire. Shire was outstanding. He registered solid numbers. Ran a 4.5 40, the linebacker did. Defensive end Max Llewellyn clocked a 4.8. And, yeah, Caden Weegan was there. He was sprinting around, catching passes, returning kicks, and ran a 4.47 40-yard dash. Bo Stevens, T.J. Hall, kicker Drew Stevens, all were on center stage at the NFL Combine. So the NFL Draft is coming up the end of April, and the Hawks will have their pro day over at the Hanson Performance Center coming up in a week or two. Hard to believe spring practice starts March 25th for Iowa football. We're here at the Hyatt Regency. We're brought to you by University of Iowa Healthcare. Here for you no matter where you are in the state, changing medicine and changing lives for all of Iowa and beyond. Visit uihealthcare.org. When we come back, Coach Josh Sash joins us as we take it home on Hawk Talk with Coach McCollum from Learfield in the Hyatt Regency.
Despite the unshakable Iowa-Corn Cy-Hawk rivalry, there is one thing Iowa State and University of Iowa fans can both agree on: getting hyped for unleaded 88. It's cleaner burning and better for your engine, and it's cheaper than other fuel options, making unleaded 88 the clear fuel choice. If Iowa Corn Cy-Hawk rivals can agree on it, you know it's worth the hype. So pump it up with unleaded 88, grown by Iowa corn farmers.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Hawkeye Nation, here's something big. U.S. Cellular is now part of T-Mobile. That means Iowa fans are now on America's largest 5G network, bringing even more strength and coverage to every game day and every day. As the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes, we're proud to power every call, every post, every celebration. U.S. Cellular and T-Mobile. Better together.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenience. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
Go for the big Honda savings. Save thousands on a new Honda today with 0.99% financing. Go for the selection and inventory. Honda cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs are on sale. Get as low as 0.99% APR on a new 2025 Ridgeline. Go for the most car and driver 10 best awards with 98 trophies. Search your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Financing on credit approval. Offer ends 3/2/26.
Hey Hawks, this is Coach Ben McCollum inviting you to join me for Hawk Talk live from the Watermill Kitchen and Bar inside the Hyatt Regency. We'll talk Hawkeye hoops, answer any of your questions, and get a behind-the-scenes look at Iowa men's basketball. If you can't make it there, check out the full schedule at HawkeyeSports.com to listen. Go Hawks.
We're back on Hawk Talk Live from the Hyatt Regency in the Iowa River Landing, Coralville. Gary Dauphin with former Hawkeye great Bobby Hansen. And let's welcome to the microphone now the headset Josh Sash. If that name sounds familiar, it should. Coach Sash has been on Coach McCollum's staff for a while. Take us through your short coaching career. Actually, it's not that short, is it?
How much time you got?
I mean, here's the thing. Every place you've been, I'm very familiar with. So that tells you how long I've been hanging around basketball. But it's, from every stop, whether it was JUCO, small, Division III, Division II to Division I, basketball is basketball. And you pick up some great tidbits at every stop, don't you?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to start my coaching career at William Penn with my high school coach, one of my high school coaches, John Henry, who is still the head coach there. And I was there as a student assistant for 4 seasons with him. Got a chance to, coach the JV team as a head coach and then, assist him with the varsity team. And so spent 4 seasons with him doing that. Was fortunate over, the course of those 4 years. In the summers, I would work camps at different places, and I developed relationships, kind of around the state of Iowa. And in the coaching profession, it's kind of a tight-knit circle, and so getting a chance opportunity to meet some different people opened a door for me to be a graduate assistant at Drake. So back in 07-08 for Keno Davis, I was a graduate assistant at Drake. We had a really good year, went to the NCAA tournament, and then he took the Providence job, and so I went to Providence with Keno as his video guy. And so those were kind of administrative type roles that I'd been in. And then, Keno and I at the end of the season at Providence had a conversation about, me progressing into coaching business. I needed to get on the floor and actually coach, and I needed to get out on the road and do some recruiting. And so, those things were, things that led me to coach junior college, and I spent 1 year in Temple Junior College down in Texas. I spent 5 years at State Fair Community College in Sedalia, and then 2 years as an assistant at Indian Hills. So that was 8 years of being an assistant coach in junior college. And in junior college, a lot of times you're the only assistant coach. So
you're the staff.
You have the head coach and one assistant coach. So if you're lucky, you have a manager that might, sweep the floors or do the laundry. But if not, you're probably doing that job too. So, in my coaching career, I've been, worn a lot of different hats and started at a place where I didn't ever feel like there was a job that, I was, too big to do. It was, you do the laundry, you teach a class or two, you might academic advise your guys. And so I've done all those sorts of things. And so, those 8 years led me to be, for the first time, a Division I assistant at UMKC. So Kareem Richardson was a guy that I worked with in the transition between Keno and Mark Phelps at Drake before I left to go to Providence. And Kareem had kind of carved his path. He went to Xavier, went to Louisville, ended up at UMKC as the head coach, and had an opportunity to join his staff as an assistant at Division I for the first time. That would have been back in 2017. So 2 years there. Unfortunately, we had a new athletic director. Kareem had been there a few years. We didn't win as many games as we needed to win that year, and there was a change made. And so for the first time, I felt like, hey, welcome to the business. This is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm living in Kansas City bought a house, here with my wife and my 3 boys. And here we are in Kansas City, and I don't have a job. And so it gets pretty real really quick, where you figure out, hey, this is part of the profession, and you pick yourself up and you move on to the next thing. And the next thing for me happened to be the head coach at Des Moines Area Community College in Boone, Iowa. So, was fortunate. B.J. McGinn, the athletic director there, called me and offered me an opportunity there, and turned out to be a great thing for me. My first, real head coaching job, and I think we finished 29-4, and we were going to be the 2 seed in the National JUCO tournament over in Danville, and COVID happened. So the tournament got canceled. I literally had a meeting with my guys. They left campus because it was about to be spring break, and I never got to sit with my guys again. So that was the end of that year. I left from there actually to take another Division I assistant job up at North Dakota State. So I worked for Dave Richmond up there at North Dakota State in the Summit League for 3 years, and then left to get back closer to home, took the head job at Indian Hills Junior College, one of the top JUCO programs in the country. Yep, Division I JUCO. Fully funded program that operates at a high level. Wanted a chance to compete for a national title there, and so took that job, and I think we finished 29-6, lost in the Final Four there of the National JUCO tournament. And then about a week after that, I was enjoying a little bit of downtime, starting to kind of get the motivation to start recruiting a whole new junior college team, and Coach McCollum called me, and he had just gotten the Drake job, and he said, hey, do you have any interest in getting back to Division I? And I said, at the right place for the right person. And he said, well, what about Drake for with me? And it just kind of made a lot of sense, checked a lot of boxes for me and for my family. And then as you start doing your research in the coaching profession, and it doesn't take long to figure out Coach McCollum is probably one of the winningest coaches at any level in college basketball over the course of the last 7 or 8 years. And so it was a no-brainer for me and my family. So we took the job at Drake and moved to Des Moines, and now we're here.
After 1 year at Drake?
After 1 year. So God bless my wife and my kids. My youngest, True, he did preschool at North Dakota, and then he did kindergarten in Ottumwa, and then he did first grade in Grimes, and now he's doing second grade here in North Liberty. So he doesn't know anything different. If he's got to be in the same classroom next year, he's not going to know what to do.
He's going to major in travel and recreation when he gets to college. Smart guy. He's got a little sampling of every place, right?
No doubt.
Well, we need to pause here for a couple seconds for station identification, and then I know Bobby has a question for you, Coach. We're talking with Josh Sash, and we'll talk about the Sash name before we leave air tonight. But he's the older brother of the great Tyler Sash, and we'll talk about that relationship in just a minute. But we're live at the Hyatt Regency here in the Iowa River Landing. We need to pause 10 seconds to allow our stations along the Hawkeye Radio Network to identify themselves. You're listening to Hawk Talk with Coach McCollum. Okay, Josh, I'm going to go to Bobby here, but we've got a text message coming in. A friend of the program, he says, UMKC mascot is?
The Roos.
The Roos, the Kangaroos.
The Kangaroos. Yep.
It says, ask him if he remembers losing to Southeastern Community College in Burlington when he was at Indian Hills. So this guy must be from Burlington, I would assume. He said The War on 34, they call it, right?
The War on 34, yep. The biggest rivalry in JUCO hoops. But as a head coach, 1 year at DMAC, we played them at their place, and we won. So I was 1-0 against them. And then as the head coach at Indian Hills, we played them twice in the regular season and once in the district championship, and we won all 3 of those. So I'm 4-0 against them.
Okay, there you go, Texter. So take that. Josh is 4-0. Zoe is still the coach there, right?
Yeah.
Down at Burlington. I grew up when these junior college programs in Iowa, I mean, they were king nationally.
Yep.
If it wasn't Indian Hills, it was Southeastern. Was it John Johnson or Fred Brown? Went to Southeastern Community College in Burlington. But Marshalltown to Iowa Falls to I'm going to leave somebody out, but the Iowa Junior College League has been a great proving ground, spawning ground for great college basketball players for many years.
Yeah, for sure. You have Indian Hills, Southeastern, and Marshalltown are the 3 teams that are left in Division I JUCO. But then Division II JUCO, you have DMAC, you have Kirkwood. You have Iowa Western dropped from D1 down to D2. And they were always really good when we were in the league. When I was an assistant at Indian Hills with Jim Morris, longtime head coach over there. So, a lot of really good junior college basketball, a lot of really good talent. It seems like every year comes out of, those leagues and ends up playing, their final 2 years or 3 years at Division I.
Bobby?
Yeah, hearing all those names and all those great junior college programs, makes me wonder, do we recruit junior college anymore? You're out there on the road recruiting, or is it just they've kind of been looked over a lot, it seems like now, as you go to the portal?
Yeah, I think we still do recruit junior college. Tavion Banks was a guy that we recruited, last year at Drake, and then, of course, brought along with us here, to Iowa. I think it takes a certain level of talent, but it also takes the right guy as well. Just with the system that we play, the skill level that we look to recruit, and just guys from a fit standpoint that have to fit as people and then as players and then academically as well. So I don't think the level of play in junior college is near what it was back when I was actually in high school. There was a stretch for about 2.5-3 years that I believe there was 4 guys out of Indian Hills that all ended up in the NBA. So it was very, very high level, and it's still good basketball, but it's not quite the same level as it used to be.
Guys, we need to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get the Midwest One scouting report, Midwest One Bank scouting report from Josh on the Michigan Wolverines. That's Iowa's next opponent coming up Thursday night over at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Michigan, the Big Ten champions. So how about an upset by the Hawks on Thursday night? We'll get Josh's insight as to what Iowa's dealing with this big, long, and tall Michigan basketball team when we come back. You're listening to Hawk Talk with Coach McCollum live from the Hyatt Regency and Learfield.
Tournament Club of Iowa, designed by golf legend Arnold Palmer. TCI is his only signature course in the state. TCI is a public course offering a challenging yet enticing experience for golfers of all levels and is managed by Kaler Golf. Cap off your round with breathtaking views and a delicious meal at the TCI Bar and Grill. Looking for a unique setting for your wedding party or outing? Look no further than the newly renovated clubhouse at TCI. Visit tcofiowa.com to book your tee time today.
Hawkeye fans, gear up for game day with Big Grove. As an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes, they bring you the ultimate game-watching experience. Sip on fan favorites like Easy Eddie, Citrus Surfer, and Neighborhood Beer while cheering on the Hawks. Can't make it to the stadium? No worries. Join them at any of their 4 Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, and Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks!
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Country sensation Carly Pierce is coming to Riverside Casino and Golf Resort Saturday, March 7th. She lit a fire with her debut album, Every Little Thing, and hasn't slowed down since, with hits like What He Didn't Do and Heels Overhead, to duets like I Hope You're Happy Now. She's sure to burn up our event center stage. Grab your tickets now at riversidecasinoandresort.com or visit our gift shop.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
Hi, this is Coach Jan Jensen inviting you to join me for Hawk Talk, live from the Watermill Kitchen and Bar inside the Hyatt Regency at the Iowa River Landing. We'll talk Hawkeye women's basketball, answer your questions, and have a lot of fun along the way. The show airs weekly on the Hawkeye Radio Network. Check the full schedule at HawkeyeSports.com. I'd love to see you there. Go Hawks!
Hawkeyes in Michigan coming up at 7 o'clock on Thursday night over at Carver Hawkeye Arena. Not often you get to see a top 5 team inside Carver Hawkeye. You will going forward in the future when Coach McCollum and his staff get some traction with this Iowa program. But tickets are available at HawkeyeSports.com/tickets. HawkeyeSports.com/tickets. And I checked with the office today. There are well over 10,000 in tickets sold and hopefully sold out by Thursday. And tickets, again, available at HawkeyeSports.com/tickets. Speaking of third-ranked Michigan Wolverines, it's time for our Midwest One Bank scouting report. Thanks to Midwest One Bank, the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye Hoops. Midwest One Bank is a proud partner of doers and entrepreneurs. Our teams are ready to help you reach your business goals with empowered money management. It's Midwest One Bank, member FDIC. Coach Josh Sash pinch hitting for Ben McCollum tonight. Well, let's start with Michigan's impressive win over Illinois. We watched that at the hotel out in State College last Friday night. Not a surprise that they won, but man, the fashion with which they won, they can overpower you in a hurry.
Yeah, the fashion that they won, that big-time game on the road, you could tell that they were as dialed in as they've been, and that was a big game for them. They present a lot of problems. Just, first of all, you look across their roster and their starting lineup, and you look at their size, and it's pretty crazy, to be honest with you. And then, the biggest thing I think defensively is, they got multiple guys that can guard multiple positions, and they're going to present early on the floor, and they're just so big and long, and you don't see a lot of places where you can attack. And then if you do get past them and the guys out on the perimeter, then all of a sudden you're at the rim dealing with a 7'4" dude that blocks a lot of shots and protects the rim for them. So they pose some problems for teams, and when they're dialed in like they were that night, they were they look like one of the best teams in the country.
Yeah, you speak of Ade Barra, the former UCLA Bruin, 7'3", and he can hand you off to Yaxel Lindenborg, who they list at 6'9". He sure looks a lot bigger than 6'9". But talking to Coach today, Morez Johnson, we saw him at Illinois a year ago. He is a beast. I mean, he's 6'9", 6'10", but he's like 250. Yeah. And he's like a brick building standing in your way. They've got so much size and girth inside. And we haven't gotten to the guards yet. Now, granted, they lost a great one in L.J. Kayson with a knee injury against Illinois. He's out for the rest of the year. But, I mean, McKinney, Namari Burnett, they've got Cadeau. Yep. Cadeau's playing outstanding. Yep. They've got options at every – well, that's why they're ranked top 5. And Dusty May, I've had so much respect for him. Didn't know much about him until he got Florida Atlantic in the Final Four, and then I did some research on him. And heck of a coach.
Yeah. Like you said, they're deep. They have a lot of different pieces they can, throw at you and play different ways. I would, almost say they're probably one of the deepest teams in college basketball. And then, Dusty, obviously what he did at Florida Atlantic and then now what he's done, at Michigan in his first 2 years there. Dusty's a really good guy. I've known of Dusty when I was back in junior college, and he was an assistant at Louisiana Tech, and crossed paths, came into our gym to recruit some of our guys, and so just kind of always watched and followed him and his path, and he's had a lot of success.
Great story.
Coach, how big of a loss is LJ Kaysen with that knee injury, out for the year, ACL?
Yeah, I think it's a big loss for them, but I also think that if there's anybody out there that has enough other pieces to sustain it, that they'll be able to to do that. So yeah, I think it's a big loss. Anytime a guy that's playing significantly for you just changes your rotations and what you have from a depth standpoint at a different position might slide somebody one way or the other, as far as playing a little differently or expecting a little more from them. But it'd be a big loss for them still.
Yeah, 40% three-point shooter.
Correct.
You take that out of the lineup, that'll hurt him there. But the kid that intrigues me of all of them is one that transferred up from UAB, Yaxel Lendeborg. Yeah, just an amazing kid. Definitely going to be in the NBA. Talk about Yaxel.
Yeah, so Yaxel, I'm trying to think of what junior college he was at, like Arizona Western or something like that. I remember seeing him for the first time when I was an assistant at North Dakota State and going to watch a couple of the junior college summer events, and he just kept playing better and better, and at his size and his skill level, he's 6'9", and he has some perimeter guard skills, and he can play inside and outside, and he can make shots. And the other night you saw him picking up at half court and guarding Keaton Wagler. Yeah. So like he can do a lot of different things.
Yeah, interesting article I read on him in The Athletic, I think last week, about his upbringing and how he just was, I don't like basketball. I'm going to play video games. And he credited his mother with pulling him out of the basement and
better thank his mom.
Get in the gym, yeah, buddy. And he was looking, because his school wasn't great, so he's looking for those junior colleges, and he certainly landed at UAB, and then really starring at Michigan.
Yeah. 6'9" with a 7'4" wingspan.
Yeah.
He was at Western Arizona junior college before he got to UAB. Size 15 shoe, normal. That's a normal sizer. Yaxel Lendeborg. That's a great story, and Michigan's a great story this year. That is the Midwest One Bank Scouting Report. Thank you, Coach Sash and Bobby. We're going to come back and go to Twitter and Facebook for Coach Sash in our remaining moments after we take a break. We're brought to you by Iowa Corn, and throughout the Iowa Corn Cyhawk Series, Iowa Corn, promoting honest and hard-working values that are uniquely Iowan. Thank you, Iowa's corn farmers, who lead the nation in corn and ethanol production. They'll be out in the field soon, turning that rich black Iowa soil. But Iowa corn farmers feed and fuel us all. Go to iowacorn.org and learn how corn grows Iowa. And this is Hawk Talk with Coach McCollum from the Hawkeye Radio Network, Learfield, and the Hyatt Regency. Back in a minute.
Dives for lunch.
The Juicy Lucy. Essentially, it's a burger, but with cheese on the inside.
James Beard Award winners for dinner.
French technique, but Midwestern ingredients. It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Hawkeye Nation, here's something big. U.S. Cellular is now part of T-Mobile. That means Iowa fans are now on America's largest 5G network, bringing even more strength and coverage to every game day and every day. As the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes, we're proud to power every call, every post, every celebration. U.S. Cellular and T-Mobile, better together.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment, knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to Wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? Let's break it down. Innovative tech means smarter and safer driving. Intelligent all-wheel drive will keep you ready for anything. And built Ford tough trucks will always get the job done. Plus, come into your local Ford store today and get super low APR financing, big cash back, and great lease offers on Ford's full line of cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
March on over to Riverside Casino and Golf Resort March 26th for an unforgettable performance by country music star Tracy Lawrence. Get ready to hear iconic hits such as Paint Me a Birmingham and Time Marches On, as well as find out who your friends are in Texas Tornado. This is one country music experience you won't want to miss. Secure your tickets now for this must-see concert at riversidecasinoandresort.com or visit our gift shop. We'll see you there.
In Minnesota, we don't hide from winter. We embrace it. When there's a nip in the air, we take on the trails. For every layer you wear, there's a new experience waiting for you.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Welcome back to our remaining moments with Hawkeye assistant basketball coach Josh Sash. And I'm Gary Dolphin with Bobby Hansen. We've got about 5 minutes left for questions, but I want to come back to Tyler Sash, who was just beloved as an Iowa football player, won a Super Bowl at the Giants. You were his older brother, and every time you mention that, you seem very proud of that because you ruled the roost. you beat him. You're quite now. How many years older have you?
I'm 8 years older.
8 years older,
yeah, so quite a bit.
No wonder he was so tough by the time he got to Iowa.
We had like the little Nerf hoop, and he'd shoot, and I'd just stand in front of it and block it. Yeah, like I was that older brother. It used to make him so mad. I think that's why he was always so competitive.
He hadn't developed the shot fake yet at that point,
yeah.
right? Yeah. Well, that's what big brothers do.
That's what big brothers do.
I was the oldest of 4 brothers, and they hate me to this day, but that's all right.
But Tyler was a heck of a basketball player.
Great basketball player.
He was.
Point guard, yeah. I saw him in the AAU game, and they got back to Coach Ferentz, and he called me. And he said, "What'd you think?" I said, "He can play for the Hawkeyes." Yeah. He said, "Football or basketball?" I said, "Basketball." He said, "That's all I needed to know because I like to recruit athletes in that defensive backfield."
Yeah, he had, he had quite a bit of basketball recruitment. Drake and you and I both had recruited him, but didn't offer him or pull the trigger on him. And he had some, low to mid-major Division I offers, and then kind of went through that summer of his senior year of AAU, and didn't get you and I or Drake or Iowa, and so that's when he pulled the trigger on the football offer.
Coach Ferentz would tell you that he always goes to a basketball game. That's where he convinced him on Tyler, Cooper DeJean, I think maybe Riley Moss. But he said he always looks at the feet. If the feet are quick, that means they can cover or they can run by somebody. And those three could do it, and many, many more, of course, in Iowa football, who were great basketball players. So it's great to review and remember stories about Tyler. All right, Coach Sash, let's see here. I got to pick out. We just got time for a couple. Trying to find some back to your coaching career. Well, let's go with Emily in Cedar Rapids. What's the key to matching up with a team like Michigan at both ends of the floor?
Yeah, I think that's an issue, so we'll have to get back to you on that one.
Don't give away secrets.
Hopefully Luke's figuring that out right now. Luke's got the scout.
Luke's got the scout. Tim is in Marshalltown, great JC community. How does the scheduling get determined, and is a computer used with all the number of events? It has to be a real challenge to figure out.
Yeah, scheduling is a full-time job. I did our scheduling at Drake the 1 year I was there, or the 1 year we were there, and then at the end of the year, Coach Mack said, I'm gonna take that off your plate to free you up to be able to do some of the other things. And then we got to Iowa, and he said, "Hey, most of the schedule is done. We only need a couple more games. Do it one more year for me." So helped out do the schedule again this year, and now we passed it along to Jaron. So Jaron gets the –
Jaron's a guy now?
Yeah, Jaron's working on the schedule right now. So the way the scheduling works, it's just like there's literally a message board, and you can call around to people that you know, and you develop contacts as you do scheduling. But there's like a message board, and somebody will go on the message board and post, "Hey, we're looking for a game on this date, and this is the type of opponent we're looking for." And some of those games are what are called buy games, and some of those games they want a home and home, or there's lots of different ways that it works, and so try to match it up and with what you're looking for and what somebody else is looking for, and sometimes it works out and you get a game on the same date.
A positive about social media.
Yeah.
That's a plus. Adam here in Iowa City. Coach, he's on Twitter, by the way, at Gary Dolphin. Coach, with senior night and a top 3 opponent coming in, how do you keep the team emotionally steady but ready to compete? That's a good question.
Yeah, that is a good question. I think, hopefully guys that are seniors and have played college basketball here now for, 4 years, hopefully they understand the task at hand. And I think at this level, probably more than any other level, there's a lot of things exterior from the game that can, take away focus of the game. But I think, hopefully our guys, Bennett, Tavion, and Brendan are guys that are mature enough to, be able to handle those things, here, come Thursday night.
Brandon's in West Des Moines. Coach, what has to travel defensively Thursday for Iowa to compete with an elite team like Michigan?
Yeah, I think, you've seen us in spurts defensively look our best, and then you've seen us in spurts, not look our best. And so I think, defensively just there has to be connectivity, and then there's got to be consistency just, with the effort, the communication, the understanding of the personnel that we're playing against, and the game plan of who we're playing against and the things that they do and how we need to stop those things. And so hopefully we can grow in our consistency there.
We got time for one lightning round question here on Facebook. We got 30 seconds. Coach, James in Iowa City. Coach, I've heard coaches at different clinics talk about finding 3 areas to emphasize and focus on versus 10 different things. What would you say the coaching staff's 3 biggest points of emphasis are for the team this season, both offensively and defensively?
It's a good question.
One-word answers.
One-word answers.
3 things.
I think defensively and just doing the simple things that we do within the defense. Offensively, getting to multiple actions in a possession. Those would be probably 2 of the main things.
Thanks for your time. You have passing grades tonight, didn't he? Coach Sash.
Thanks, Josh.
We'll be here next Monday night, previewing the Big Ten tournament. Good night from Iowa City and Hawk Talk.
Live from the Watermill Kitchen and Bar inside the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. This has been Hawk Talk with Coach Ben McCollum. Brought to you by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. By your local Ford dealers. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. Your Iowa John Deere dealers. John Deere loves to see the Hawkeyes do their thing, because if anyone can appreciate building a legacy, it's Deere. Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Made right here in Iowa since 1895. Mediacom, home of extreme and 1 gig internet speeds. Mid-American Energy. Mid-American Energy is proud to deliver affordable, reliable energy to you all season long. Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball. Midwest One, small enough to care, big enough to deliver. Member FDIC. Honda. To see how Honda crushes the competition, see your local Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. Shelter Insurance. The ball is in your court. Visit shelterinsurance.com to find an agent who can help you with your auto, home, and life insurance needs. Also brought to you by University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. And by T-Mobile. Hawkeye Nation, you're now on America's largest 5G network. U.S. Cellular is now part of T-Mobile. Better together. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.